It's the latest news, rumors, and sleaze in Hollywood.
It's the Jump Sleaze on Jump 106.9.
It's a fashion feud. Kelly Osbourne may have messed up big time because she's starting to feel the chill after publicly slamming Giuliana Rancic, calling her a liar. Remember, the two had a falling out after Giuliana's racist jab towards Zendaya on Fashion Police. But even after she apologized for the joke, Kelly wouldn't let it go. Kelly's convinced that Giuliana's been bad-mouthing her to executives, and that's why she's not even getting her foot in the door for auditions.
Well, if you're going to trash talk somebody, you can't expect them to be nice to you.
Right? But that's not why at all, supposedly. It's just because Kelly and Giuliana were supposed to be close friends, and no one at the network likes how Kelly turned on her so quickly and so publicly, regardless of who was right or wrong. Kris Jenner just can't bring herself to call her ex-husband Caitlyn. Kris revealed that while she's totally supportive when it comes to Caitlyn's gender transition, she draws the line at calling her by her new name. Billy Bush asked Kris during an exclusive interview on Access Hollywood if she's comfortable calling Caitlyn Caitlyn. No, Kris replied. I say Jenner. Kris went on to explain that she's gradually getting to know the female alter ego of the person she was married to for 22 years, but adds that these things do and should take time. Billy then asked, can you ever be great friends with Caitlyn? You know, girlfriends, curl up on the couch. Can this ever happen? I don't know about curl up on the couch, but she came over for a drink last night, Kris replied. Drunken catfight video between Kris and Caitlyn coming in 3, 2...
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I actually agree with Kris Jenner. For somebody who's in the situation with her, I would think it would take some time to understand and to be okay with it. For people in the outside world, I think it's easier.
I kind of think it's cool that she's being honest, too, and saying it is taking time, because it should.
I'm just glad she took time from her mirror.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest one of all?
Well, keeping up with the Kardashians, back in July, it was reported that Orlando Bloom got the hots for Kendall Jenner after they met at a party. Well, 2 months later, and The Sun is saying that 38-year-old Orlando and 19-year-old Kendall have been secretly dating. Supposedly, they've gone on a bunch of dates over the summer. One of them was a sushi date followed by a drive. Ooh, how exciting. A friend of Kendall says that the huge age difference doesn't bother them. And of course, this isn't the first time Orlando Bloom has gone for a chick who can't legally rent a car. Last year, he supposedly went on a few dates with Selena Gomez. So that's something.
Now you're up to date.
Sleaze on Jump 106.9.
Justin Theroux is talking, and he's saying that his wedding to Jennifer Aniston was no walk in the park. Justin recently spoke to the New York Daily News about the day he made it legal with Jennifer, and according to him, planning it was a total drag because they had to keep it so secret. I wouldn't say it was fun to plan. Part of the fun of planning a wedding is being able to tell people, and we had to keep it under wraps. I was relieved when it was finally over with. It was like your blood pressure goes down 2 psi. I guess I sort of get why you'd want to keep your wedding on the hush, but really, it would be kind of nice to fill your guests in beforehand, don't you think?
No.
No?
No.
You'd want to do surprise?
Yep.
I once went to a wedding where they weren't telling anyone anything, and the biggest surprise to me was that they weren't serving cake. None. And if I had known ahead of time that I'd have to eat packets of sugar from the coffee station and put them onto buttered dinner rolls and pretend it was cake, I would have just brought my own.
That is disgusting.
Well, you need cake at a wedding.
You don't need sugar on butter. You do need the aerobics class.
Well, now you know why I do it. 71-year-old diva Patti LaBelle was performing in Vancouver over the weekend when she went ham on a crazy fan that decided to try his stripping skills out on her stage. Patti invited a few fans on stage to bump and grind during Lady Marmalade, and sadly, Patti's security team didn't screen fans well enough because this crazy guy started taking his pants off right in the middle of her stage. Well, since Patti has professionalism pumping through her veins, instead of throwing a handful of crumpled up $1 bills at him, she stopped the show and laid into him.
Don't you dare, not on my stage. Did I say I was 71 years young, right? I am not Nicki Minaj or that little Molly. Oh, no. Get off of my goddamn stage, bitch.
My favorite part is when she screams, "Get off my god darn stage." It's like she knew she was in Canada and tried to keep it polite or something.
Oh, I'm sorry. My stage got in the way of your dancing.
Forget Punch a Celeb Wednesday, because maybe we should change it to Yank a Wig Wednesday, because last night someone did what millions of people likely want to and yanked on Kylie Jenner's hair. Kylie almost had a man down moment before watching her boyfriend Tiger perform with Chris Brown at a show in Anaheim over the weekend. Kylie still has green hair and looks like the trampy sister of Sailor Neptune, and she was walking through a crowd of fans when one of them decided to see whether or not she was wearing a wig. Unfortunately for that fan, Kylie still has some of her original parts, one of which is her hair, and they failed failed to get a Kardashian keepsake.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny video. You can check it out on the Jump Sleaze blog.
Now you're up to date.
Sleazy on Jump 106.9.